Hello, my name is Michelle Price, and for my presentation about a shared vision and mission statement, I will be discussing stakeholders within the Fairfield City School District, which is located in Fairfield, Ohio, where I am currently an employee and a former student. So, some of the stakeholders in our community are our students, of course, the lovely people we serve, our grandparents, our parents, alumni, senior citizens, and some local businesses that I wanted to highlight that we use for Dine to Donate, such as Raising Cane's and Skyline, and a lot of other restaurant businesses. Chipotle is one of our biggest contributors. That will give us 10% of whatever is bought that night. Um, so when it comes to business organizations in Fairfield, we have the Chamber of Commerce, we have the Fairfield Township Police, we have the YMCA in Fairfield, and we also have the Fairfield Community Foundation, and we also have the Fairfield Library that are stakeholders within our community that we utilize. So when it comes down to the benefit of having stakeholders, they are the ones that are in the community. They are the people that we are currently serving, but they will be able to give us more insight on what is needed within the community since they are in it each and every day. They can share with us, they can share information with us on a wider scale that will allow us to think broader when it comes down to us developing our joint mission statement. It also allows us to start building trust between the community and the school system, which a school system without its community is practically nothing. And then it's also finding the difference between the organization and the stakeholder. It is finding a healthy balance to where we can all feel heard and all collaborate to come up with one joint vision and mission. It is important because, like I said before, it is important for our community to have a say. A community with a voice is a powerful thing, and you gain more support. You gain more knowledge. You gain what is the needs that need to be done. For example, I wanted to highlight it's just like a principal with teachers or a special education teacher using their EAs. Without the EA's input, the special education teacher will not be able to accommodate all on their roster for their needs. It is a collaborative team setting that does not work without the other. It is important to involve them in decision making because it not only impacts them, but it impacts us. When we make a decision as a school, it impacts our community very heavily. Collaboration, it allows for them to bring in different ideas and suggestions, and it allows us to think broader and wider, as I stated before. And it allows us to build healthy relationships that will eventually cause longevity and have a ripple effect, which is what we want. We want them to understand that we are here for them, but we also hear them and would like to implement some of the things that they like to say, such as some of the topics that we discussed in our presentation, such as diversity. One thing that the community will be able to give us is that it will be able to tell us what is the diversity. We can pull the data, we can pull the numbers, but they see it firsthand. They see what the clientele is and what the needs are. It also allows us to build character education. It allows us to instill those core values that we are learning about within this course with community members for them to carry on and basically carry the torch for us on the outside. When it comes down to my flow chart, what I have decided and developed how I would do this is first, of course, I would have to develop questions and put them into a survey. And I decided that the best survey after doing some research and even using one myself will be Survey Monkey, which is an easy, friendly user access. So once I have got that together, and like I stated the stakeholders, I would reach out to the communications director and the public relations director at the school and ask her for the appropriate contact information of the individual that is that stakeholder for that organization that I would like to use for my vision and mission statement. So first thing to do is once that survey has been completed with the day and different things like that and the guidelines of this in the point of the survey, I would identify commonalities within the survey. And then after I found the commonalities, I would continue to break it down into an anchor chart, which is one of my favorite things. I would break it down into the different subcategories that were listed on the survey, such as social justice and community and diversity. Once I've broken down the data into subcategories, I will send my findings out to the stakeholders who completed the survey to review. This way they know kind of what everybody is thinking and kind of what the findings are. So then once that is all done, it would be time for us to actually sit down and collaborate and kind of talk about the ideas and the findings that were found as a group from the data that was collected. Once all stakeholders are in the same setting, the next part would be to actually review other mission statements and vision statements from different organizations to kind of get a framework of what ours should look like, but with our own twist and our own message. Once we have come together, I will put an action of different mission statements and make it a blueprint for us so that we can kind of mimic but make it our own, as I stated before, which I apologize. Once we have reviewed other mission statements, it will be time for us to draft those as a whole entity. And once we begin drafting, once we've developed the draft of the mission statement, then we will move into finalizations and revisions, and it will give us time to reflect on how we collaborated on developing a mission and vision statement that is catered to the people that we serve. Thank you and have a great evening.